Hello friends, welcome back to No Logic No Trade. I am back with another market insight video, and today we are talking about a sector that's been quietly making moves, the textiles sector. Yes, this one might have slipped under the radar but not anymore. So some mid-cap textile stocks showed solid strength in both price and volume in today's session. A few names that really stood out include Alok Industries, Trident, Kitex Garments, and Raymond. And on the large cap front, KPR Mill surged around 4.5%. So clearly there is something going on in the textile sector. And what's happening? Let's try to break it down with some solid facts behind this rally. So let's take a look at the exports data from the government of India on the textiles and apparel front. So you see this graph is showing how much US billion dollars exports we have been doing for past 7 years. And the government of India has projected a forecast of 100 billion US dollars export from the textile and apparel industry. And Indian government is actively working on increasing the exports across all the sectors. One of the latest moves they have done is they have put on restrictions on the imports from Bangladesh, especially garments. And those imports are now restricted via the land ports. So what that means, they can now only enter through the sea route, and that too in Maharashtra. So what what is it? So basically, this doesn't ban the imports entirely, but it makes a lot more expensive and time consuming for the Bangladeshi exporters due to the higher freight costs. So traveling via sea route from Bangladesh to Maharashtra is going to uh, cost a lot of money for them. So they cannot keep the prices of the products very low, which basically means the Indian manufacturers and exporters will now have an edge over the Bangladeshis uh, garment products. So the manufacturers who are catering the domestic market, they are bound to get benefit from this move. The second reason which recently popped up is US hits Bangladesh with a 35% import duty. So that's really huge. And if we compare this with the Bangladesh's textiles, a 35% increase in the import duty is like it's throwing them out of the competition in the price range. And we being already a good exporter and good in manufacturing capabilities, we stand to gain from this imposition of tax. So, since we will be presenting the US market with an alternate choice, market is anticipating that uh, the profits from this will be grabbed by the Indian manufacturers. Then there is India and UK free trade agreement, which can be finalized at any time. So this could be a game changer, which basically sets us at advantage and which will allow us to reach a broader market and then increase our sales and in turn the profit for the Indian manufacturers and exporters. So all in all, the efforts from the Indian government, the tax from the import tax from the US government and the India UK free trade agreement, these all are linking up to boost the Indian textile industry, and that's why we might be looking at uh, the momentum in the textile centers. So before we go away, or before we end this session, let's take a look at the few stocks which popped up today. So this is KPR Mill. You can see it's making a good candle pattern, and then there is also a good volume for past few days. So um, it gained 4.43%, quite a good gain for this large cap in just one session. The second one is Trident. You see, it also clocked a good volume, and yeah, the price action suggests it might be in momentum for few more days or maybe few more months. And the Kitex garment, it's one of the biggest exporters from India, and it also clocked a very good volume in today's session and gained 4.75%. This is interesting. Alok Industries clocked a huge volume today, which we don't see at least for past 1 year and maybe uh, more than a year. So this might be cooking up something, or it might be getting ready to move further. So before we end, I'm not a SEBI registered analyst and I'm not suggesting you to buy anything. Please do your research, consult your financial advisor before you take any trades. But all in all, as an investor, this is something good for us. So all these things, the the push from government of India for exports, the US tax imposition, and the India UK FTA trade, all things are aligning in a way that might boost the Indian textile industry, and we can find some good stocks to trade or to hold for a longer term in this market. So before I end this session, I really appreciate you looking at this video, taking your time to go through this video. Please don't forget to like this video if you find it helpful. Drop a comment and let me know which textile stock are you tracking. And please subscribe to this channel for no nonsense market talk from no logic, no trade. Thank you. Thanks again. Bye bye.